Stuart Kettlewell has departed Motherwell today, resigning.
Yeah.
As you say, it's a really bad one. The Motherwell statement today said Stuart explained that some of the personal abuse was now affecting his family to the point where they didn't wish to attend games. I mean, when it gets to that point, I mean, the guy is. In fact, let me just read. Bill says this better than I can. A lot of Motherwell fans should take a long, hard look at themselves, methinks. Well done. You've driven out our most stable manager we've had since Tommy McLean. I mean, fifth in the League Cup semi-finalists. It just
Just
seems way over the top.
be careful what you wish for, isn't it? And it seems to be all based around they're not happy, they don't feel entertained by the style of football. And as I said, that's their prerogative. You know, these guys pay their hard earned every week to go and watch their team. They're not enjoying it. The whole thing's unedifying, and you just don't expect that. Motherwell are, you know, kind of, I don't know how you would say it, it's almost like a family club, you know. So it feels kind of dysfunctional when the fans are railing against a manager who's doing a very reasonable job. But there's a sort of nastiness that's crept into it. As I said to you, Daniel, I feared the worst when Stuart said some of the stuff that he said ahead of the weekend, you know, kind of disrespecting the Motherwell fans, or suggesting that they don't know really what they're talking about and they're not qualified to have an opinion. That, to me, was always going to leave him in a really awkward spot with the supporters. I don't know how you bridge that. Once you're turning fire on your own supporters, it was always going to be difficult. Obviously, results lately haven't helped matters. But I just feel it's just a little bit messy. I don't like it, and you know, I wonder where Mother will go now. That's going to be an interesting thing. The supporters have expressed their voice, and because of that, they've lost their manager. So now, you know, Mother will have to take a bad situation and give it a happy ending. You know, and try and find the next man that can drive them on, and that's going to be interesting. There's already some interesting names. I think the four favourites at the bookies already: Neil Lennon, John McGlynn, Scott Brown, and Stephen Naismith. I think they're the four.
Got a couple of comments saying that as well, Keith. I put the Lennon ones up. There's one, Scott Brown. This one, Tony, saying Callum Davidson, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't know. That might be a hard sell.
So.
Yeah, Callum Davidson did a great job at St Johnstone in terms of winning trophies and all, but it didn't end particularly well. Neil Lennon, every time he gets a job, he proves himself, doesn't he? You know, he did such a good job at Hibs. He's over the course at Celtic. I'm sure that he would be a person of interest, and I'm sure that the job would interest him. Scott Brown's an exciting one, isn't he? Because of what he's doing at Ayr United right now. Would he want to kind of leave that behind when he looks as if he might be about to pull off quite an extraordinary feat by taking them to the verge of the top flight? Nobody would have seen that coming just 12 months ago or whatever, when he went to Somerset Park. Ayr United were just floating above the trapdoor, weren't they?
Yeah.
In trouble and in danger of being sucked into a relegation fight. And now here they are, you know, chapping on the door, trying to get into the Premiership. So it'd be a difficult one for Scott Brown to leave that. But I guess if you're a young manager, you kind of also want to strike while the iron's hot, and his reputation has grown and grown week by week with what he's doing at Ayr United. So that's one to keep an eye on as well.